Imagine waking up 5,000 years ago. There's no money in your pocket, no bank to keep your savings safe, no salary arriving every month, and definitely no phone to scan and pay. Everything you own is the result of your own hard work. You spend weeks growing wheat, hoping to trade it for the things your family needs. Today, you need a pair of shoes. So you carry sacks of wheat to the village's best shoemaker, convinced you'll return home with exactly what you came for.
But instead of taking your wheat, the shoemaker smiles and says, "I already have enough grain. I need a goat." In a single moment, your entire plan falls apart. You have something valuable, yet you still can't buy what you need. Now imagine this same problem happening every single day. Farmers, blacksmiths, potters, and hunters all have things to trade, but no one wants exactly what the other person has. Trade begins to slow, businesses can't grow, and opportunities disappear before they even begin.
So here's the mystery. If money didn't exist, if banks didn't exist, if companies and stock markets were thousands of years away, then how did humanity ever build wealth, grow civilizations, and create the financial world we know today? The answer isn't just the story of money. It's the story of every business, every investment, and every stock you see today. And it all began with one tiny problem that almost stopped human progress before it truly began.
Long before money existed, people found their own solution. Instead of buying and selling, they simply exchanged what they produced. Farmers traded wheat for vegetables, potters exchanged clay pots for tools, and hunters swapped meat for clothes. For a while, it seemed like humanity had solved the problem of commerce. Villages became busier, more people specialized in different skills, and trade helped entire communities survive. Every exchange made life a little easier, and as people depended on one another, early economies slowly began to take shape. But hidden inside this system was a flaw that nobody noticed at first. Every trade only worked if both people wanted exactly what the other person was offering at the same time. The moment that balance disappeared, the entire deal collapsed. Imagine carrying 10 sacks of wheat to buy a pair of shoes, only to hear the shoemaker say, "I already have enough wheat. Come back when you have a goat." Your wheat still had value, but at that moment, it became completely useless. This wasn't just one farmer's problem. It happened to everyone, every single day. As villages grew into towns and trade expanded, this tiny inconvenience became a massive obstacle. The world needed something that everyone would accept without question, but no one knew what that would be. Civilizations tried almost everything to solve the problem. Some people traded with salt, others used shells, cattle, or even pieces of metal. But every option had the same weakness. Some were too common, some were difficult to carry, and others lost their value over time. Now imagine trying to buy a house by dragging 10 cows across the village. It sounds ridiculous today, but that's exactly how inconvenient trade could become. Then someone discovered something different. A few small pieces of gold or silver could hold the same value and fit inside your pocket. Because gold and silver were rare, durable, and trusted by almost everyone, they slowly became the world's first universal money. For the first time, a farmer didn't need to find someone who wanted wheat. He could sell his harvest for gold and use those coins to buy almost anything from anyone. Trade exploded. Markets became larger, merchants traveled farther, and cities began to grow faster than ever before. Money had solved the biggest problem humanity had ever faced. It gave people the freedom to exchange value without depending on perfect timing. But success created a new challenge. People no longer dreamed about surviving one season. They dreamed about building businesses, trading across oceans, and creating fortunes that could last for generations. And suddenly, even a pocket full of gold wasn't enough. Imagine you're a merchant with a dream far bigger than your wallet. You've discovered a distant land filled with rare spices, silk, and treasures worth a fortune. One successful voyage could make you richer than anyone in your city. But there's a problem. Building a ship, hiring a crew, and preparing for months at sea costs more gold than you could ever save. And even if you somehow manage to afford it, one violent storm or a single pirate attack could wipe out everything you owned. For years, this was the biggest obstacle to growing a business. Great ideas existed, but very few people had enough money to bring them to life. Wealth wasn't limited by ambition. It was limited by capital and the enormous risk of losing it all.